Today we're diving into a really profound idea, something that gets to the very core of faith and what it means to be devoted. We're talking about Palavasher Qurbani, which translates to the sacrifice of love.
You know, love is one of those things, isn't it? It's this incredible force that you just can't hide. As this quote puts it so well, even if you don't say a word, your eyes will give you away. It always finds a way out.
But that begs the question, right? If love is this powerful, what's the ultimate proof? What's the final test that shows it's real, deep, and sincere? That's really the big question we're digging into here.
And the answer, according to our source, is this concept of Qurbani. Now, you might hear that word and think of a specific ritual, but its meaning here is so much deeper. It's the ultimate proof of love. It's an act you literally cannot do without genuine love, and for someone who's truly in love, 1,000 sacrifices still don't feel like enough.
So let's see how this actually plays out in what our source calls the ordeal of faith. We're about to look at some absolutely incredible moments in history where this love was put to the test in the most extreme ways imaginable.
All right, so take the story of Abdullah Ibn Hudhayfah. Talk about being put on the spot. He was given a choice that would test anyone's conviction. I mean, look at this. The Roman emperor offered him everything. Half the kingdom, marriage to his daughter, power, wealth, you name it. But to Abdullah, all of that was just noise. His refusal to abandon his faith was this powerful, unwavering statement about what he truly loved.
And if you think that's intense, get this. As he was facing a truly horrific death in a pot of boiling oil, he started to cry. Now, you'd think he was crying out of fear, right? But when the emperor asked him, he explained his tears weren't for himself. He was weeping because he only had one life to sacrifice. He actually wished he had as many lives as there are hairs on his body, just so he could give every single one of them up for his Lord. Just incredible.
And this theme of unbreakable love just keeps going. Look at the life of Bilal. His whole journey was defined by it. During brutal torture, the only words he would say were, "He is one." After he was freed, he became the Prophet Muhammad's muezzin, the person who calls everyone to prayer. But after the Prophet passed away, Bilal's grief was so immense that he couldn't do it anymore. His voice just fell silent. Years later, when he was convinced to give the call to prayer one last time, his voice, filled with all that love and sorrow, made the entire city of Medina weep.
And then we have the prayer of Asya, the wife of the Pharaoh. As she was facing unimaginable torture, she didn't pray for the pain to stop. She prayed for a home in paradise. But listen closely to the most important part, near you. Her ultimate goal wasn't just to be saved. It was to be close to the one she loved. That closeness was worth more than anything else.
Okay, so we've seen these powerful, almost unbelievable examples of human devotion. Now, let's flip the script. Let's look at the other side of this relationship, at what our source calls the Lord's unparalleled love for us. This slide illustrates such a beautiful idea about divine mercy. The concept is that any small step we take is met with a response that's just exponentially bigger. You move just a little bit, he moves a lot. You walk towards him, he comes running. It paints this picture of a love that's eager, generous, and just can't wait to meet you more than halfway.
And this love isn't just some abstract idea. It comes with some very real, tangible promises, like the promise of complete forgiveness, and not just wiping the slate clean, but actually replacing your past sins with good deeds. How amazing is that? The source also describes God descending in the final hours of the night, actively searching for anyone who needs help, asking, "Who's calling out? Who needs something? Who wants forgiveness?"
So, how does all of this incredible ancient history connect with us, right here, right now? Well, that brings us to our next section, this idea of a bond that is stretched across 1,400 years.
The source shares this really moving statement from the Prophet Muhammad. When he said, "I wish to meet my brothers," he wasn't talking about the friends and companions standing right next to him. No, he was talking about his followers who would come in the distant future, people he knew he would never meet in his own lifetime. He was talking about them, maybe he was even talking about us.
And that was 1,400 years ago. Just let that number sink in. 1,400 years. That's a bond of love and a sense of longing that was expressed for people generations and generations away. A connection that is still felt so deeply by people today. It's like this continuous chain of affection that has never been broken.
So as we start to wrap this up, what we're left with is this powerful legacy. It's like history itself has become the main witness to this extraordinary kind of love.
When you put it all together, you see a love that's taken on every form imaginable. A love that echoed in prayers to the sky, a love that stained the earth with blood, a love that willingly leapt into fire, and a love that fell silently as tears of longing. This is the story that history has been telling all along.
And this brings us to the source's final haunting question. After everything we've just talked about, this pure, powerful, time-tested love that endured so much, who suddenly came along to corrupt it? It's a question that really leaves you thinking about the purity of what we've just explored. A powerful thought to end on, for sure.